Good morning. Geez, I'm ahead of myself there. Good morning and welcome to the J&P Cam Reserve for the AFL South East Under 15 Division 3 Round 6 match of the day between Cranbourne and Lyndhurst. Partly cloudy, but not a lot of cloud. It's predominantly blue sky at the moment. It's beautiful with a top temperature of 16 degrees we're expecting out here in Cranbourne today. And the big game, Cranbourne sitting 9th at the moment with 1 win and 4 losses, and Lyndhurst sitting 6th with 2-2 and a pretty healthy percentage above their Cranbourne counterparts for today. Lyndhurst beat the top side, Mount Eliza, in round 1 by 8 points, and Cranbourne's only win coming round 4 against the Berwick Navy side by 21 points. Joining me in the commentary box this afternoon and this morning is Bailey Allen. Good morning.
Thanks, Brad. It's an important clash for either side today. Lyndhurst most definitely still in the finals race. They sit at 2-2, and so do Lang Warren. Above them, they sit at 5th at 2-2 as well, and even Edias for 2-2 as well, and they're sitting 4th. So it's just a percentage that Lyndhurst are missing out on at the moment. But as for Cranny, they really need a win. Lost to Pakenham last week by 115 points. So for the confidence, they need a win today.
They certainly do, and a couple of players have been taken out of the selected sides for Cranbourne, and that's Ashton de Graaf and Marcus Galway. So they both have brothers in this team as well. So I look forward to watching them. There is one of the guys running around here today that, Bailey, I've heard a fair bit about for Lyndhurst, and he plays through the midfield and will wear number 18, Charlie Watson, and Tyler Cook in the ruck. A couple to have a look at for Lyndhurst. What about Cranbourne?
Cranbourne, Troy Brown, he's played 78 games, and he was an important member of the 2018 under-11 side that beat Hampton Park in that semi. And Andrew Russell, he's nearly at 100 games. He's on 85 at the moment, and he was also an Eagle in that semi-final win against Hampton Park back in 2018.
The one thing that when I had a look through these sides this morning was that, yes, Lyndhurst will come in as favourite today. There's no doubt about that. But, gee, these Cranbourne boys have got a lot of games throughout their career behind them. You know, Andrew Russell wearing number 1 today at 85 games. Then you have Robert Gittins at 78 games. Kyle Gardner at 70 and Parker Westmoreland at 62. So there's a fair bit of experience there.
And they've certainly got, would have the chemistry as well, because a lot of these boys have stayed with Cranbourne throughout their careers, whilst Lyndhurst, there's a lot of debutants throughout the season. So I guess that tight-knit team isn't just yet at the moment. But as for Cranbourne, they've been playing a long time with each other now.
Yeah, they certainly have, and they're neighbours, so a lot of these guys in both sides would know each other. There's no doubt about that. I remember in my junior days coming through at Clayton when we played teams like Springvale. You went to school with a lot of them, so I would imagine that probably is a sticking point here today. So you're still a young man, Bailey. 15. What form are they in at school? About 3 or 4?
Oh, yeah, that'd be under 15s. That'd be about year 8.
Yeah. Oh, so it's not forms anymore. That's showing my age there.
Yeah.
So it's year 8. Okay. So back in my day, that was form 2. Joining us also today, Kyle Pover will be on the graphics, and as always, the best cameraman in the business, Harrison Garbus, will do all the camera work. And Bailey, the condition of the ground is, I'm saying it every week, these grounds that we get out to in the AFL South East, absolutely ripping condition.
I'm impressed with Cranbourne's facilities. I've never been around to this oval, and yeah, both ovals are in superb conditions, especially oval number 1 we're at the moment. But it got nice open facilities here, Cranbourne. I'm liking it.
It is very good, and I always love a ground that has nice trees in the background. You'll see through the camera right now, trees on the other side of the ground. Now, Bailey, we're going to go out on a limb here. Who are you going to tip and why?
I'm going to go Lyndhurst, just off the fact that Cranbourne have suffered a couple heavy losses now, and they did get that big win against Berwick a couple of weeks ago, but I feel like Lyndhurst, they're still in the finals race, and just to me, they've been the more convincing side at the moment. So I'd go Lyndhurst, especially with Sebastian Soddle. He's averaging a goal a game. He's played 68 games and he's kicked 68 majors. So I'm going to go with the Lyndhurst Lightning today, Brad.
What I must say too, Bailey, is I just said that there was a couple of late outs for the Cranbourne side, one of which was Marcus Galway. Well, he still is out, and I think Ashton de Graaf might have just woken up, and he's decided to make his way down to the J&P Cam Reserve, and Ashton de Graaf will take his place in the side and wear the number 30. So that tends to happen, of course, and so yeah, it's really going to be an interesting game, isn't it? I mean, as I said, that Cranbourne have got a lot of experience, and as you say, they've played a lot of footy together. They're just quite not putting it together on the park at the moment. So you would think with their experience, I mean, I look at just number 1, Andrew Russell, 85 games at age 15. It's a pretty good effort, but they do start, what do they start these days, about 9? 8?
Yeah, 8, 9.
Yeah.
So, Andrew Russell's been playing at Cranbourne his entire career, so...
Kai Gardner's another one that's played 70 games. He's kicked 24 goals in that time. He's only had 3 games this year for the 2 goals, but I worry where Cranbourne are going to get their goals from right now. You would say Robert Giddens, it might be one that might get a few, but Parker Westmoreland has had 14 in his career but hasn't kicked a goal this year, and obviously it depends a lot on where they play too, Bailey. So who are the goal kickers that you've seen so far for Lyndhurst that stand out?
Well, yeah, I've mentioned Sebastian Soddle. He's averaging a goal a game, and like I said before, 68 games, 68 goals, and Zane Sadike as well. He's played 4 games and he's kicked 6 goals in those, and he's got 51 games in total, 448 goals. So he's not playing too bad himself, Mr. Sadike.
Yeah, and Hukam Korea has 5 goals from his 4 games to date this season. So it is going to be an interesting battle for Cranbourne. They need to kick goals, and where they're going to get it from, we will find out very shortly. And what we might do while the teams huddle and before they come back out to start the big AFL Southeast Under-15 Division 3 game between Cranbourne and Lyndhurst out here at Cam Reserve, we might take a quick break from our sponsors and be back with you shortly. Welcome back to J&P Cam Reserve for the AFL Southeast Under-15 Division 3 match of the day, thanks to Red Onion and the Chisholm Sports Academy, as you would have just seen through that ad there. What an incredible centre that is. And we're just waiting for the teams. They've been in huddles for a very, very long time, Bailey Allen.
Yeah, they certainly have. I'm not sure why. I think we're just waiting for the umpires.
Yep, here they come. They might have been having a snooze. And I'll tell you what, since we've been doing these games this year on a Sunday, which I love, the umpiring has been exceptional. Really I actually prefer the umpiring in junior footy and what I see in the AFL senior competition. Don't worry about that. If you're a Richmond supporter, you mightn't be real happy about a 50-metre penalty Friday night in the letter of the law, Bailey. That's a 50-metre penalty, wasn't it, Friday night?
Yeah, I don't think it should have been a 50, though, against Chad Warner. At the end of the day, the AFL did use the excuse of common sense, and the siren went. There was a packed SCG, so of course Warner wasn't going to hear that. But as Adam Cooney said with 7AFL in the media, that's where has the common sense been all year?
Well, I was just about to say, I totally agree with you on the common sense thing, but I haven't seen it in my 58 years of watching footy. I have not seen common sense. So to start it now, they've set a precedent, and I would hope that we see common sense for the remainder of the season. But I totally agree with you. It would have ruined a game if he had a 50-metre penalty against him for that.
I don't think it's really been, in terms of AFL, I don't think it's been umpires' fault. They changed the rules so much, the top league, with the stand rule and 666, and now you've got umpire dissent, and it's a bit murky and what's allowed and what's not. So
agreed, but you should never be paying 60 free kicks a game.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
And there was 63 last week in the Brisbane Hawthorn game. And I'll give you a tip, what I heard yesterday from someone that would know. They have a KPI, the umpires, and one of those, they have many KPIs, and one of those KPIs is decisions that you miss. So if there's a KPI, key performance indicator, that the decisions that you miss, you're going to pay ones that probably aren't there, that you get second guessing yourself, and hence I think that's why we're getting 60 free kicks. Because anyway, don't get me started. I better shut up about it now. But we're just about to start this AFL Southeast Under-15 Division 3 match of the day, thanks to Red Onion and the Chisholm Sports Academy. And in the ruck for Lyndhurst will be Charlie Watson, and I'll get you to have a look with those incredible binoculars that you have for the ruckman, and it looks like it will be Cade Martin in the ruck for Cranbourne as up it goes, and Martin wins it with a really good tap. Oh, geez, met out solidly was the young Lyndhurst boys. They knock it forward, and as you'll see, they're kicking right of screen Lyndhurst as Cade Robertson gets a kick up towards half forward, and running away with it is Liddy. That's Diesel Liddy, that I also was told there's some huge raps, and there's a quick snapper goal for the Lyndhurst side, but he's missed everything, and that was Zane Sadake.
A quick start. I'm loving the pace they've brought out immediately from Lyndhurst, and I suppose Cranbourne as well. They were quick to get it down towards half forward flank. So kick along the wing. It's immediately intercepted. That one's by Hakim Career, and that's too easy. Lyndhurst shot right in front of goal. That's Diesel Liddy.
He showed him the ball too. There's a bit of Jack Ginnivan about Diesel Liddy.
He's about maybe 25 out, close to the mark, and he still slots it through. Lyndhurst hit the scoreboard first, or at least get the first major. You're looking at 1-1-7. Cranbourne yet to score.
Wow. He's a beautiful kick by the looks of it. He's already had 3 possessions in the first minute and a half of the game, has Diesel Liddy, and really like the way he goes about his game, and is taking that grab there, Bailey, and showing the opposition that what it's all about.
He's been with the Lightning almost his entire career, other than a short stint with the Wonthaggi Power last year.
And we do like to talk about haircuts in the AFL Southeast, and he's wearing the mullet very well is Liddy, and there's a free kick paid in the middle of the ground. It'll go to Lyndhurst, and it'll be the little midfielder there, in the one that I spoke about, Charlie Watson, in the pre-game. And Watson, with a beautiful long high kick, goes forward, punched off hands of the pack, gets to the front. Cranbourne are a chance here. But overrunning the ball there was Howlett, that brings the Lyndhurst side into the game. And just fumbling over the ball at the moment is several players, so they'll wait for it to come out, and it ends up coming out to Career, gets a quick handball, still around that half-forward area for the Lightning, and it really is a game of volleyball at the moment as Martin gets a handball out for Cranbourne, and the umpire's paid a free kick.
And holding it was tackled without the footy. It was a goal against Zane Sadike, of the Lyndhurst Lightning. So they push across the wing, do the Eagles. There's a little pack there, whistle blown. Free kick again. Going to the Eagles, so they get a chance to set up. Going inside 50, and that's a big, strong mark. That's Caden de Graaf, it looks like. And he evades one on the left. Has that gone through? Oh my goodness, it has. What a shot on goal. Little check side for Cade Martin, the big ruckman. You don't see agility like that from your big fellas.
He's very, very agile, isn't he? Very athletic. He's got a good leap in the ruck, and he gets around the ground, does Cade Martin, and he looks a likely type. So Cranbourne get their first for the afternoon or the morning, and it's Cranbourne 1 straight 6. They trail Lyndhurst 1-1-7. We've gone nearly 4 minutes in the first quarter, and that's all thanks to the Chisholm Sports Academy.
So ball thrown up, Cade Martin in the ruck, just scored a brilliant check side. Required great skill, that one did. So ball tumbling around, we should have a ball up, and a stoppage occurs, so umpire says my ball. Cranbourne, no one's really got the momentum at the moment. It's been pretty even contests. Career, just try to spill it out, and here come the Lightning, booming kick inside 50. Dropped a sitter, that one. And they're calling for ball, and they'll call it in the end. So it was a great tackle from Milan Jayadeen.
Jania Dean. We have got some curly ones here today, particularly in the Lyndhurst side, which is great to see. The cultural differences in our game. Love it.
And that one drifts off to the right. Wind going about 8 kilometres per hour from the north. So shouldn't affect the game too much today, but that one goes across the face. And I just want to point out, Cade Robertson, that was a booming kick inside 50.
He looks a real good type as the Eagles bring the ball back into play. High ball just comes off the hands of Career, and he's looked likely at the early stages. And then Robertson again has his kick smothered, goes in after it again. There's a number of players around this, and the umpire has no other alternative to say, give it to me and we'll restart again. So up it goes. Nice tap out the side there from Cook. And they're away again, and it's going to be through that man in Robertson. They're inside 50, running away with a shot on goal, and just misses to the left was Karatzis. We'll have a boundary throw in left forward pocket.
Hit the side of the boot there. That's what it looks like, at least to me. And went straight through over the boundary. So I think someone's just running to go get the footy.
So we've gone just on 6 minutes into this first quarter. It's 2 points to Lyndhurst, and the boundary umpire about to throw it in.
So boundary umpire throws it up. It's quite a fat ground here in Cranbourne, so I doubt we'll see many out in the full free kicks given away today, and a free kick given in that instance over to Cranbourne's Troy Brown, who played in that semi-final in 2018 and under 11s, as we were talking about before. That's got to be a free kick, pushing it back, going in the way of Lyndhurst. So now you've got Career assessing his options. Low kick inside 50. Oh, good target.
There's another, when I spoke to the assistant coach out there earlier, he said, watch Career can really play. That was a great kick, wasn't it?
just lowered the eyes, and it was a low kick, and now you've got Soddle on a set shot on a tight angle, or slight angle I should say, and he slots it through. So Lyndhurst have had a pretty flawless start so far. So you're now on 2-2-14 to Cranbourne's 106.
Throughout his career, Satil, as we said in the pre-game, 68 games for 68 goals. He kicks one a game. He's already got his one early in the first quarter, so he might improve that average as we've gone 7.5 minutes into this first quarter, and Lyndhurst 2-2-14, Cranbourne 1 straight 6, thanks to all the guys out at the Chisholm Sports Academy as it goes back in again, and this time that's won by Cook. Gets it out, but has a fresh air shot, does Robertson. He'll go out to the side. Good block there from Russell. He's looked really good early for the Eagles. Hurry kick out towards half forward. Leading the race for the ball then was Karatzis, but he's bumped off it. And again, it's Russell. Receives his own handball, then gets a hurry kick forward, but it's going to come back pretty quickly with a high ball inside 50. Oh, nearly taking a great mark was Sadake sitting under that, but again, the Eagles will clear through the middle of the ground.
And they've just got numbers behind the ball here due to the Lightning. They can't really get it anywhere near the forward line, the Eagles. So you got a Lightning player absolutely streaming for it there. It was Robertson in the end. Hands it off by Hands, dishes it off, and that's an accurate kick on goal for Tyler Cook, the ruckman. And that was Cade Robertson, used it cleverly with their handball, found a wide open option. It wasn't a half bad kick from Tyler Cook. Game number 82 for him today.
Good battle in the ruck. Cade Martin's already got one, and Tyler Cook gets a goal now for Lyndhurst. So they go on to 3-2-20. Cranbourne 1 straight 6. We've gone just on 9 minutes into this first quarter, thanks to the Chisholm Sports Academy. So real good battle in the ruck, these two. They're very mobile. They get around the ground, and nothing better than a goal-kicking ruckman as up it goes again. Cook wins it again over Martin. Comes back to Martin. He does the roving. Can't take it away. And Russell was tackled by Correa, and he's paid a little incorrect disposal, I would imagine, there. So Correa for the Lyndhurst side goes short.
He is such a good kicker.
He is, isn't he? He doesn't miss a target. This time he's found Cook again. Goes high inside 50. Couple of players there for the Lyndhurst side spoil each other, and it comes out again to Liddy. Handballs off. Comes back to Watson. He gets a half-smothered kick. So, again, just all wrapped up is Watson. Ends up getting it out to Correa. Oh, he's throwing that out, and the umpires let that go, and it's ended up. And that's another number we haven't got on our list, so they get a hurry kick towards goal, and he's kicked that in the end, and that's the big fella again. He's got his second. Or has he? Did you get who that was, Bailey?
No, I
reckon it was the big fella in the goal square, backing back. Yeah, it was. I've just got the glass on him, waiting to see who it was exactly. So, Lyndhurst go on to 4-2-26. Cranbourne 1 straight 6. They're 20 points in the lead now.
And Cranbourne's problem at the moment is they're rushing it outside of their defensive half, and Lyndhurst are setting up really well behind the ball. So they're often finding contested footy, and they can't find any uncontested possessions. And Martin, that was a great tap, but ends up in the hands of Correa. In the back was the tackle there. So another free kick going in the way of Lyndhurst. Goes towards the broadcast side of the wing. Almost a mark taken there by a Lightning player. It's rebounded over by an Eagle. And now the chase starts for the footy. It goes in. That was Ezekiel Clifford going for the share in there, but couldn't get it in the end. So Lightning run onto it, but there are Eagles swarming. This is much better defensive pressure. Kick towards the centre square. Looks like it will be Declan Luck that's going to get to it first. And it will be. Oh, that's got to be holding, but umpire calls play on. Now, they're getting it forward further, the Eagles. This is good. Soccers it off the ground. You're now looking at Caden de Graaf. Sorry, that's his brother Ashton. Ball just tumbling. They can't really get a clean look at it, the forwards. And finally a free kick is paid. So Cranbourne can get a set shot on goal, and you're looking at number 8, Mackay McHugh.
He has a kick and ends up missing his teammate and goes out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in. So it's in the right forward pocket for the Cranbourne side. Only 7.5 minutes to go in this first quarter, and they trail by 20 points. So they really need one here, and Ruck just taps that out towards Kenny Beloja and beats him out over the line. We'll have a secondary throw in exactly the same spot. So in it comes. Flicked out the back. Here's a chance. Snap at goal from Gittins, and he misses to the right, and that'll be behind.
There wasn't much opportunity there. No one really got off their man or created any space for Lyndhurst, or for Cranbourne, I should say. So off half, full back they go. And just slips up with the footy there. So Cranbourne's going to have possession again. There's been a few free kicks paid early. So Michael Galloway, little Duke with the mullet, flying in action. Sort of half-bad kick inside 50 as well, but it was flying back. Nash Miller, and he did well to defend. A good inside 50 entry from Galway.
So we'll have a boundary throw in, left forward pocket for the Cranbourne side. 6.5 to go. Trail by 19. In it comes. Flicked forward. Again, Russell's there. He's a chance for the Eagles. Ends up in the hands of Gittins, who had a snap at goal not that long ago, and ends up out over the boundary line. There's a lot of players around this ball, so very hard for the Cranbourne side to get any sort of clear possession here as it comes back into Clay. I think Martin might have got his hands on that first from behind. Comes out to De Graaf. Quick kick out of that scrimmage. Comes out towards Cade Robertson. That's been good early. High kick up towards the wing. Dropping what he should have taken was Shamali Nelson. So they're going to hurry kick up towards half forward now. Cranbourne flicks it out, but ends up going back inside 50. And here he is again. I've liked the start of Diesel Liddy. Has a shot at goal and gets his second.
Diesel Liddy, he's a great medium-sized forward. He has played a very good game so far. He's been able to find the footy with ease, and right through there, he just slipped through traffic and was able to catch the hands and almost had it straight in front. So that's just about the easiest kick in footy.
So Lyndhurst going to 5-2-32, Cranbourne 1-1-7. We've gone 15 minutes first quarter. Thanks to the Chisholm Sports Academy, and that previous goal to Liddy was Satil again, Sebastian Soddle. So he's got 2 and Liddy's got 2, and the other one is Cook, and Martin's the goal kicker for Cranbourne.
So ball to be bounced. Martin versus Cook. I've really liked the matchup so far. Cook's probably hit the scoreboard a bit more, but in terms of rucking, you'd say that Martin's probably been a bit better. Nonetheless, Career got it out to a teammate. They're now in the middle. Another inside 50 entry. Lightning players looming. Here's Diesel Liddy again. Was almost found with incorrect disposal, but was able to just get off in time by hands. Now, on the right, snaps it across. That was number 21, and Soddle is put it up high.
Oh, he just missed that on the check side. Wow, he was under a fair bit of pressure too, wasn't he? Yeah, we'll get that number at quarter time of number 21 for Lyndhurst. He's had a lot of the ball.
He's been a good little player up forward. So
we want to make sure that we get his name. We'll do that at quarter time as Cranbourne brings the ball. Galway nearly takes the mark. Martin gets a long kick up towards half forward. The bouncing ball. A couple of players come out and meet it. Really well done there for Lyndhurst. Was luck. Gets it back inside 50, but it'll come back from Cranbourne.
That was a good intercept, good read. So McHugh out here on the wing. Drops back into the mark. Now chucks it on the right. And he finds Russell, who...
Big boy, isn't he, Bailey?
He is. He's a powerful bull throughout the midfield. It's been one of the better Eagles today. And now you've got a big forward. Just misjudged it, but luckily Galway comes and kicks it through. That was a great read. And it was actually Connor Richmond who kicks that, not Galway. He read that footy perfectly, crumbs it straight on the boot for Connor Richmond.
Yeah, they needed that one. It was great goal, really good crumbing, well read, 2-1-13. They go on to the Cranbourne side. They trail Lyndhurst by 20 points, 5-3-33. Just nearly 3 minutes to go this first quarter. It's all thanks to our great friends out at the Chisholm Sports Academy.
So Richmond, as we said before, he read that footy perfectly. And Cranbourne.
It's what we like to see. Sorry, Beta. We like to see lots of goals. 7 already in this first quarter.
So there's Galway. Misread his name before. Almost a mark taken by Caden de Graff, but now he's on the ground. Looks a bit ginger. So Cranbourne could get an inside 50 re-entry at the moment. Galway was near it. And here's Robertson, but I think the umpire's going to stop play. Or he's going to pay a free kick. It will be a free kick in the end. I thought he may have stopped play to get some attention on Caden de Graff, who took a bit of a tumble there.
Yeah, he stopped it now. Play was way too close to the injured player, so they'll take a break in play and assess this boy, and hopefully he's okay.
And it might be, the siren might go because it's less than 2 minutes on, and junior footy, it's no time on, so...
They'll take the precautions, so they're just making sure that it's not a head injury or next. So we might take a quick break while there's a lapse in play, and we'll come back out here at J&P Cam Reserve. And Lyndhurst 5-3-33. They lead Cranbourne 2-1-13 late in the first quarter. Welcome back to the J&P Cam Reserve here in Cranbourne for the Under-15 AFL Southeast Division 3 match of the day, thanks to Chisholm Sports Academy, and it's quarter time. Lyndhurst 5-3-33, lead Cranbourne 2-1-13, and the injury to Caden de Graaf, we can say that he's up and moving and he's walked off the ground, so he's up and about, which is a really good sign. Goal kickers for Lyndhurst in the first quarter. Diesel Liddy has got 2, Sebastian Sottle has 2, and Tyler Cook has 1. And the goal kickers for Cranbourne, Cade Martin has 1 and Connor Richmond the other.
So it's a bit of a break there due to the injured Caden de Graaf, but it's good to see him up and running. So collected the footy was Troy Brown, spilled out of his hands, and that's a great tackle. And we go against the Lightning. I thought that was a good tackle, but maybe caught him just a little high there. So Brown, low kick, was almost picked off, and in fact it is. So number 21 for the Lightning, still haven't been able to get his name. Career, that is such a beautiful kick. And he falls back into a Sebastian Sottle. The midfielder key forward connection between those two is like no other. And I tell you what, Hakeem Career, he's entries inside 50 are just magnificent. And that is the goal-kicking ability of Sebastian Sottle. He's already got 3 today, and it's only just the beginning of the second quarter. So Lightning off to a really hot start.
Lightning start, some might say. 6-3-39 Lyndhurst and 2-1-13 Cranbourne. And we're in the very, very early stages of this second quarter, only just over a minute gone. And that's all thanks to the Chisholm Sports Academy. So through to the big fella. He's very, very good kick for goal. And as you say, the efforts of Career in this first half has been nothing short of brilliant.
He'd get my 3 votes at the moment.
As the ball's back in the middle, up they go, and they've changed the ruckman. Cook's come out for the Lyndhurst side, and they've put Watson in there, who was the smaller midfielder, and there is Watson as he's tackled by Russell, comes out, flicked out the back. Hurry kick forward now for Cranbourne. That's through Gardner, but it'll be that man again on the back half or through the wing in Watson. High kick inside 50. Quick crumbs out, handball, and here he goes again, and that's Diesel Liddy has a shot at goal, and he's just going to keep up with Siddle and get his 3rd.
And it's difficult to separate the votes at the moment. I did say Career would get mine, but I'll tell you what, Diesel Liddy has been really impactful down at half forward as well.
Yeah, he's mine at the moment. He's just he's everywhere, but they've got a lot of them, haven't they? They've got a lot of them. Cade Robertson was good again, and through the wing area there too. So Lyndhurst 7-3-45. They lead Cranbourne 2-1-13. We've gone 2.5 minutes into this second quarter, and it's all thanks to the Chisholm Sports Academy.
So Cranbourne starting to get away from them, you feel. So ball thrown up. Martin for Cranbourne is still in the ruck. So it's going towards the broadcast side of the wing, but eventually gets out of Liddy. He tries to get it inside 50, but no one can get a really clean look at it at the moment. Half back the footy is at the moment. And another free kick paid off. Is it just me, Brad? There's been a few free kicks paid today.
There certainly has, and if we get up around 60, like the AFL, I'll be packing up and going home. This one goes to Gittins. And Gittins now, out of half-back, goes up to the wing. Gee, that's a good mark. And I've liked his game, Andrew Russell. We spoke about him earlier. He's a tall boy and works hard up both ends of the ground. Thumping kick. He's looking for McHugh. It comes over the back of the pack. Now, Lyndhurst are away. High ball inside 50. What a kick. That's come over the back. And here he is again, a Sattel. Hits it forward. Well done. But, blind turn. Little right foot check side into the open goal. And Lyndhurst have another one. And I reckon that's one of the de Graafs, is it? He's got the bright orange boots to match the jumper. And, in fact, I reckon it's Zane Sadake. Yeah. So he has his first for the day. And Lyndhurst go on to 8-3, 51. They lead. Cranbourne 2-1, 13. Just on 4.5 minutes gone, second quarter, thanks to the Chisholm Sports Academy.
Just been blitzing the Lightning. Cranbourne haven't really even been able to break it through in their midfield. Just can't find any open players playing a pretty high pressure offense or defense, you'd say. The Lightning didn't have it, but Cranny calling for holding the ball. So spills out, continues to go towards the wing. It's eventually picked off by an Eagle. Could have been incorrect disposal, but it's play on. And now umpire calls high.
It's going to get difficult now, Bailey. There's a game on Oval 2, so there's whistles going everywhere here at the moment as Robertson goes into the middle of the ground for the Lyndhurst side. What I have liked too this quarter as they go inside 50 again is the move of the coach of putting Watson into the ruck. He's getting a heap of it as Soddle chips it in, but it'll be Gittins that'll take the mark for Cranbourne in the last line of defence.
Good read from Gittins. Career. And judging how he's been kicking...
He's a thumping kick, isn't he?
Yeah, judging how he's been kicking the pigskin, I'm going to assume he'll have no worries with this one. He's on somewhat of a tough angle. It's about 45 out, you'd say. And he does the cheeky little Matty Lloyd, chuck some grass up, see where the wind's going. Career. He's had an excellent game today. And there's not a worry about that one. Straight through, drifted off to the left a little bit, could have hit the post, but nonetheless went straight through.
Well, they're starting to draw right away now, aren't they? 9-3, 57. Lyndhurst, Cranbourne 2-1, 13 into this second quarter, thanks to the Chisholm Sports Academy, and he has been excellent for them. And yeah, as I was saying, I do like the move of the coach for Lyndhurst. Cook was good in the ruck, but all of a sudden Watson, the smaller type ruckman, but boy does he get up.
Yeah, well Martin's definitely got the hide on him, but
he's won every tap since he's been in there, and he's done it again.
So ball remains in the centre. Martin, he's been good throughout the ruck, and now you're looking at Russell. He's been one of the better mids for Cranbourne today, and he kicks that. He's ran too far, didn't take a bounce. So I'd say that was definitely the correct call there. Went on a trip. So Career, he will receive the free, continues to go throughout the middle, and umpire calls it back. That's unfortunate considering they found an open man in Charlie Watson. So we'll replay it. Career wants to go up the middle, and he does. It's picked off well by Robertson. So Russell, kicks it on the right. He's also got a good kick on him. Ball spilling further towards the Cranbourne forward line, and luckily it's picked off for Lyndhurst. So going down across the wing was a drop mark by Robertson. Picks it up. Wants to get it off by hands. The tackle was unsuccessful. Holding the ball. That is great pressure from the Eagles.
Geez, he did well, Troy Brown. He just hung on with the fingers, and you thought Robertson was going to get away, but the real endeavour from him, and he goes forward, but it'll be picked off by Desai.
Brown's pressure's been really good. Sorry, Brad.
It has. High ball up towards the wing. Goes over the pack. Watson's there. The bounce beats him, but he goes in again with a second effort. Knocks it out. Umpire's paid a free kick here. And it'll go to Cranbourne. And they're just in between wing and half forward here. And again, it's going to be Troy Brown. Oh, no. It's going to... Oh, he's paid 50. And that was because Zane Sadake was just holding the footy. The umpire's paid 50. He's gone the wrong way. He's gone the wrong way, the umpire here, so he's worked it out now. So he will go the other way, and I reckon it's going to put Cade Martin, or is it going to be Troy Brown? We don't know what's going on here. If the umpire doesn't, we've got no hope, but it will be Troy Brown.
I'm not sure about that 50, though.
He might have said something, which we wouldn't have heard.
He could have said something, but it more looks like Zane Sadake was a bit more confused as where the free kick was going.
Well, that could be a fair point too, because the umpire was confused himself, wasn't he? He was going the wrong way. So some good play from Troy Brown in the last couple of minutes, and he puts through his first for the day.
So hopefully that can get some momentum going for Cranbourne. They've been a bit sluggish in the past half, but if that's able to get them a bit more momentum on their side, then they can get right back in this game. It's by no means done just yet. So
certainly isn't. They've got some really good players for the midfield. Been really impressed with Andrew Russell, and Cade Martin's tried hard through the ruck, and again, there was Troy Brown that's been pretty good for him too. And that takes Cranbourne on to 3-1-19. Gone nearly 10 minutes into this second quarter. Lyndhurst 9-3-57. And it's all thanks to the Chisholm Sports Academy.
So after the 50 was given away by Lyndhurst, they returned to the middle. And Martin is now out of ruck. He's been replaced by Kai Gardner. And off half back, that was speedy. Finds an open man on the wing, but perhaps overcooked it a little bit. So ball remains on the far side. Players tumbling. McHugh eventually ends up with it. Dishes it off by hands, and now Cranbourne can push. Oh, that's a great tackle. Holding the ball.
It's Watson again.
He's played a couple good ones, has Watson. And centres the ball. He's looking for career. Taps it out. That was clever. Now they're going to push it towards the forward 50, Brown. It was a good rushed kick. No mark could be taken by Phoenix Liddy. That's his first touch of the game. So it ends up on the broadcast side of the wing. Cook boots it. And he finds Diesel Liddy, who's been one of the best players on ground today. Inside 50 entry, looking for Soddle. Couldn't take a strong mark in that instance. Chucks it on the right. Soddle, he's lurking, but he keeps it in. I thought he might have gone to Jackie Higgins then. And that's a goal. He dished it off, and in the end, he found a lightning man. But I thought Soddle was going to do the Jack Higgins, keep it inside, and then snap it around the post.
Bailey Martin gets his first for the day for the Lyndhurst side. And he was just the opportunist in the right place at the right time, and very, very unselfish by Sebastian Siddle. A lot of players would have had a go at that, and that takes them on to 10-3-63. Cranbourne 3-1-19. We've gone 11 and a half into the second quarter, all thanks to the Chisholm Sports Academy.
So another major for the Lyndhurst Lightning.
Gee,
don't want it to get out of the way. Robertson over to Career. He's such an accurate kick. And now Liddy, the big three trio. Oh, that is such a goal, that one. Toughest angle in footy, and he's kicked it right through. That's impressive.
He's got 4, 2 in the first and 2 in the second. And, wow, does he read the play well. But how was the work in the middle? The tap from Watson to Robertson, and then flicks the handball out on the outside, and they to that boy that you really like in Korea, and he gets it inside 50 really quick, and it makes the defenders defend early. 11-3-69 Lyndhurst, Cranbourne 3-1-19. That's all thanks to the Chisholm Sports Academy.
Liddy with that tough angle goal. You won't see much anything like that in this level of junior footy, so really impressive there. Wow. There you go. That was Charlie Watson in the ruck again, and as you mentioned before, Brad, although he's lacking the height, he's certainly got the better vertical.
It's been a master move by the coach, I might say. And this boy, it's brought him into the game, hasn't it? Cade Robertson. He just keeps on knocking up, getting the footy in the middle. So, sorry, you go on, Bailey. You're right.
My mistake.
Right.
So, going inside 50, Lightning, they eventually are able to get it inside 50, not before it rolls out of bounds, though.
It's that man again, Watson. He's just about pretty close. I've taken over Liddy for mine, but he is a super player. Now what he does here, he allows Career to take the ruck, and Watson drops back out. So the quick kick out, Watson's there to take a mark, and it looks like that could happen, but it's gone over his head. But they've still got another one there, and that's Cade Robertson to mop up. He'll quickly play on. High ball inside 50. Where's Soddle? And Liddy. Liddy's at the back, punches it out over the back, and here's Soddle just loitering with intent. Comes back out to Liddy. Quick hands off, unselfish play. Just a lot of players around this again, and Russell's there for Cranbourne. He kicks it off the ground, goes out towards half-back, and they're a chance now. And here's a real race. Boy, this boy got some real toe in Macchio. Goes to ground. In fact, it was Galway. That's Michael Galway. Now they feed it off. Cranbourne will go inside 50 through Howlett.
And no relation to the former bomber Ben Howlett, and career he's leading. Almost took an excellent grab, but he's able to get the footy nonetheless. So right through the middle, that was a good lead there, but Haku just had enough presence to spoil the mark. It's socked out towards the wing. Eagles now have possession. Centred once again, drop mark. That one was from a Cranbourne player. And back over to Lightning, so lots of turnovers for the Eagles at the moment.
Desai with a high ball out to the outer wing. Goes in after his kick again. But they'll get it forward now. Cranbourne up around their half-forward line. But again, it's Korea. Sells a little bit of candy, but turns over the handball. High ball inside 50. Big chance now. Running onto it is... Oh, he's got the snap away. And that was Connor Richmond. And he's got his second. Good play.
That's been 2 times now Connor Richmond's been able to read the bounce really well and collect the footy. I thought that might have just hit the post as he was sort of fading away as he kicks the footy, but no, it was really straight, the snap, and went through without a worry.
So 16 minutes gone into this second quarter in the AFL Southeast Under-15 Division 3 match of the day. In Cranbourne get their fourth, 4-1-25. They trail Lyndhurst 11-3-69. That's all thanks to our good friends out at the Chisholm Sports Academy.
So just waiting. Umpire ready to bounce the ball and resume hostilities. So it's a throw up. Martin, he's back in the ruck. Actually, no, it's still Kai Gardiner. So it's looking like it's going to be another inside 50 entry for the Lightning. Diesel Liddy just overshot the handball a little bit. McHugh was lurking there. And then Gardiner is going to give away a free kick. That's the Lightning. So Kai Gardiner was taken high. And don't have a lot of time to score, just the 3 minutes. So across the wing, it's going to be intercepted here.
How much ball has he had this quarter, Cade Robertson?
Cade Robertson, he's just been insane. He turns that over, however. And I really liked Troy Brown today. He hasn't used the footy amazingly, but his pressure has been really good. And Siren goes in the other oval, so don't even worry about that. Career was looking to get footy, but he's had plenty of it today. He'd be pretty close to leather poisoning at the moment. Chucks it on the boot, Cranny, but off half back there was a Lightning. Misread the ball, however. Lightning eventually win that contest, and it's still off half back. They chuck it on the far wing. Career has had such a great game today and reads the bounce well. Good tackle, however.
It was Cole Gardner.
And now the Lightning can move. Inside 50 entry, just ducked away from the market, which had allowed a Q to chuck it onto the right. And misread the ball again, so Cade Robertson weaves through traffic nicely, shrugs the tackle off. And that is Diesel Liddy. Doesn't have a man on him, and he can go back and take an easy set shot, going for number 5.5.
Cade Robertson just read that bounce. Well, his opponent, Lucas Howlett, ran at it, which is what you probably should be doing, but the bounce beat him, went straight over his head. Robertson read it really well. And here we have Liddy coming in. Straight in front for his fifth for the first half. Wobbly old kick and has missed to the left. So they lead by 45 points at the 18.5-minute mark in this second quarter. They'll bring the ball back into play and they'll go for the high ball, looking for their ruckman in Martin. Gets his hands to it, but comes to the front, ends up Sadake. Quick kick forward, and he finds Sottle. Sebastian Sottle gives it off, gets his boot to the ball, but hits the post, and that was Jean Udine. We'll go with that.
And Soddle, that was really unselfish again. Could have gone for the goal, but he snapped it around to a teammate in Jynudeen. So, kick outside. Oh, that's a big, strong mark. That looks like it was Liddy once again. So he kicks a booming high kick inside 50. No one could get two hands on it, though. However, he can snap around and miss to the right. That was Zane Sadikate. He played his 50th against Edie Aspin round 3, 48 goals across his career. An impressive amount for this level of footy.
So Cooper Bateman, in the depths of the second quarter, nearly at half-time, brings the ball back into play. Just giving his man a nudge under the ball was Russell, not paid to Sadikate. And this time there is a free kick. It'll go to Cranbourne, but he won't get his kick. Will Lucas Howlett as the half-time siren.
Giving away a 50, though. Sorry, Brad.
Oh, he won't kick that. It's a waste of time even having a shot. He'll have to kick that from 65, and that's not going to happen. So, half-time. Lyndhurst, 11-6-72. They lead Cranbourne 4-1-25. I'm that confident that Howlett won't get the distance here.
Go to Torpy. Zach Tui's specialty.
Yeah,
nowhere near it.
It was nearly a check side it ended up. So, at half-time, big lead to Lyndhurst. Will be back after these short messages for all the action in the second half. Welcome back to the J&P Cam Reserve for the AFL Southeast Under-15 Division 3 match of the day between Lyndhurst and Cranbourne. Just coming back out for the third quarter is Cranbourne. We're waiting on Lyndhurst, and it's Lyndhurst 11-6-72. They lead Cranbourne 4-1-25. And goal kickers for Lyndhurst, Bailey, for up to half time. What have you seen there? Just your goal kickers for the start.
So Diesel Liddy, he had 4 majors. Sebastian Sottle had 3. Tyler Cook, fun fact, I just looked at my binoculars. I just recognised him. He goes to my gym, Tyler Cook.
There you go.
He's kicked 1. Bailey Martin's got 1 to his name as well. And as well as Zane Sadike, he's got 1. And Hukam Career, he's got 1 as well. I was a big fan of his game in the first half. Found lots of the footy. And as for Cranbourne, Cade Martin, the ruckman, scored 1. Connor Richmond, he found the footy quite easily. He had 2. And Troy Brown had 1 as well. So those are your goal kickers at the end of the first half. And I'll tell you what, Diesel Liddy could kick an absolute bag here today.
So they're back in the middle. And they were 20 points up a quarter time, Lyndhurst, and they're now 47 points up as the umpire throws the ball in the air, and this time it was won by Martin. It's going to come out to Career, though. He just settles and didn't panic and set the ball up, and there was front-on contact there, and he was taken high, and that'll be Cade Robertson, who he's had a great game, but his second quarter was just sublime as he goes high inside 50. Watson holds the front spot, comes out to Liddy again, has a snap at goal, and he's got his 5th.
Diesel Liddy, what a superstar he's been today. He's got the ball on the string at the moment. He finds it so easily, and then he's so accurate with his kicking. There's never any doubt when he has a shot on goal.
So he can do it all, and that one was the bender that we like to see, and some really good play there. And they go on to 12-6-78. Within the first minute, they get their 12th of the third quarter, and Cranbourne 4-1-25. It's all thanks to our great friends out at the Chisholm Sports Academy.
So the theme for the past 2 quarters has been the incredibly quick starts for Lyndhurst. They had a goal in the first minute in the second, and now another one in the first minute in the third term. So here's Andrew Russell. He's probably been Cranbourne's best player. He runs into an open paddock, and he's kicked that from about 50 out.
That's the goal of the day, that one.
55 out. Goal of the day. Brad calls it. My goodness. What an absolute boot that man has.
He's by far their best player, isn't he?
That is a superb kick. Went on a massive run through the middle of the ground and then was able to launch it from just about the centre square there.
What do you reckon? That's gone all of 60 metres. It's carried through.
Yeah, I called 50, but maybe I got a bit excited. I'd say 55 or 60, that one is.
It was a big kick, wasn't it?
And it was a good shepherd place from an Eagle forward down there. Didn't catch who it was, but it was good that he let it go and didn't take the soccer for himself.
So Tyler Cook back in the ruck for Lyndhurst. He does battle with Martin, wins a beautiful tap. Does Cook to Career, goes inside 50. Watson's there, but it'll be high ball inside the goal square. Mayhew just taps it forward, gets a hurried kick out, and it's going to come out to Robertson, who just kicks that in midair and marks his own ball, then gets a high kick towards the goal square, but misses everything and goes out of bounds on the full free kick to Cranbourne.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Kicks the ball midair and then he marked his own footy. That was highly impressive stuff. Unfortunately, it did go out of bounds on the full, so it will go back across to the Eagles, the home side. He jukes his player out there. That was nice agility. No one could take a clean grab. Lyndhurst moving. Oh, how's the legs on this fella? Drifts left, though, and won't go through for a major, but I did like how he avoided the opposing players and was able to find a somewhat straight kick on goal as well. So we'll have another kick from the goal square. Cooper Bateman with the footy. So it was actually Gitters, and he kicks it down to the wing. Another free kick paid, going again to Cranbourne. So Andrew Russell has it on the opposite side of the broadcast wing. And bit of a mongrel kick there. Couldn't get a clean look at it. So here's Sadike and McHugh. Intercepted it nicely. High, soaring footy. And Career used the body nicely there as it centered through. Now he's got a really big kick, this fella. Nice entry. Used the body perfectly there. That is once again Sadike.
Geez, he made some ground, didn't he? Just defended and kicked the ball out from that centre half back area to Sakir and then to Career, and then he gets forward and takes the mark, and he's got a shot on goal from 40.
And I just want to point out that Career, he played the 1 year in 2015 when he was in under 8s, and then he had a lengthy period away from the game. He only came back to footy last year as his Soddle marks it. But for a guy that missed, 6 years of footy and he's only come back last year, boy, is he really talented.
Yeah, certainly is. As Soddle comes in for his 4th, but that fades and misses everything and out of bounds on the full. So in their left forward pocket is Lyndhurst, but it'll be Cranbourne that'll bring the ball back into play, and a high ball out towards the wing, and Career's there again. He backs back, ends up picking it up in front of Russell, gets it inside 50 again, but again it's going to be taken by Gittins. So Gittins in the last line of defence. In fact, that was Gardner with a high ball, good mark on the outer side on that wing to Cranbourne, and that's Ezekiel Clifford. First time I've called him today. As Clifford goes up towards the wing. Oh, geez, he just took that at his toes. A great mark was Cade Martin, the big fella. So he's on the wing. He'll go short towards centre half forward, and he'll find his teammate in Cooper Bateman.
So Bateman assessing his options. That's actually a very nice looking kick. Perfect drop punt, but no Eagle could get it in the end. So it's getting closer and closer to the boundary line, and it should end up rolling over, and it eventually does.
Oh, he's picked a free kick out of that.
Picked a free kick, okay. So maybe he's called for in the back there. I didn't really catch that one, and I assume he'll look for another player, try centre the footy. Contested pack here. No one could get a clean grab at it. It's getting dangerously close for Lyndhurst. Not before the umpire calls my ball, though. So deep inside 50. Umpire throws it up, and they exit out nicely, but they've got Eagles here. Drops the mark. They've missed a couple of those today. Russell evades, eventually finds Brown, but it's ripped off by Robertson, and he is just pure class, that man. Squeaky clean use of the footy, and here is Jai Nudine. He's really quick. Little check side there. Kicks it towards right half forward, and now Tyler Cook is able to collect the footy. That might saw through, and it's just touched. It's rolled over the line by McHugh. So Tyler Cook, that was a really good look on goal there. It was a nice snap around the corner, but in the end just didn't have the legs as it's going against the wind.
So the ball will be brought back into play from Cranbourne, and I must say there's some great mullets out there, but none as good as Parker Westmoreland for the Cranbourne side, who's playing in the forward pocket for the Eagles at the moment, wearing the number 2. When you get a chance, have a look at that. One of the better ones that we see each week. And Russell, again, out of side in between. Well, he's still on that half-back area. That's a long kick up the wing and just carrying over the back of the pack. And it'll come back in again for Lyndhurst. Go up towards Sadike and Sakir. But again, it's Russell. High ball towards half forward. Carries over the pack. They're away now through Bateman. It's been shifted up towards the forward line. High ball. Just goes over Westmoreland's head. Oh, tap back into play. And quickly, was that touched? No, it wasn't. And that's a goal to Ashton de Graaf, I think. No, behind it must have been touched. So,
oh, that's unlucky.
Ashton de Graaf has got the behind, and Lyndhurst will bring the ball back into play.
So disaster there for the Eagles. I thought it was a clean look, but umpires have a better view than me, and obviously we don't have score review. So suppose it will remain a mystery. So boundary throw in. And you've got Charlie Watson going in the ruck again. This time going against Robertson, who's playing his first minutes in the ruck. It's able to get into the boot, so edging closer towards their 50, but Diesel Liddy, once again, just showing his talents, but it was read nicely by an Eagle, and it's picked right off again by Liddy. I'm sorry, that was Watson. So Watson on the wing, trying to find an open man. He eventually does, so Lyndhurst might be out here. Little don't argue. They push it forward. Can they get a good mark? Oh, just almost from Soddle. And there's Liddy. Pushes forward, snaps it on the right, but never really curves back off to the left. Through a behind. So scoreboard 12-8, 80 to Cranbourne's 5-32.
9.5 minutes gone, third quarter here at the J&P Cam Reserve Cranbourne, and looks like it'll be Gardner that'll bring the ball back into play for the Eagles. Undecided, looks both ways and decides in the end, I'll pick the middle. High ball, goes over the back. Just a number of players running onto this, and gee, he got some toe, the little fella, hasn't he, for Cranbourne in Galway. That's Michael, but the umpire's pulled a free kick out of it. And it will go to Lyndhurst, and this time it'll go to Avedizian. So Alex Avedizian, high ball, flat ball in the end, started off high, comes forward. Oh, I reckon that's holding the ball. He's been tackled and touched the ball on the ground, not paid. High ball inside 50 this time, and it'll be Sebastian Soddle that will take the mark. He's only about 20 out, and he'll shoot for his fourth for the day.
And I don't want to get the commentator's curse, but I doubt he misses this one. So clean, right in front, set shot. And there was nothing wrong about the kick, so another goal for Lyndhurst. So 13-9, 87 to Cranbourne's 5-2, 32. And a loss is most definitely on the cards for the Eagles today. They haven't been bad, I'd say, though, the Eagles. They've turned the ball over a little bit, but it certainly hasn't been terrible. They've, especially from Andrew Russell, he's been vital in keeping his side in this game today, and I think a free kick's been given off the ball. So Cranbourne must have edged a player on, or maybe said something to the umpire, because they've given away a free kick there. And here's Diesel Liddy again. Snaps it. Oh, it's perfect. It was actually Charlie Watson again, who played some ruck minutes. He looks so similar to Diesel Liddy that you can't really tell the difference, but one similarity they also have is the talents, as he was able to snap it easily.
So 12 minutes gone, third quarter. Lyndhurst 14-9, 93. Cranbourne 5-2, 32. Thanks to the Chisholm Sports Academy. And the ball back in the middle. And Liddy's gone into the middle. And Career's gone into the ruck to do battle with Cade Martin. So there's not much that Career can't do. Martin wins that, though. But Liddy just bursts through like the bull that he is. Handballs that off to a teammate in Avedizian. Goes forward, overrunning the ball. High kick out towards the wing. Really well done there, and it ends up in the hands of Liddy. He's tackled, feeds it off to Desai, and Cranbourne now have a chance. They'll go up towards the wing. Comes out, meets the ball. There he is. The mullet, but in that stage, he's had the free kick paid against him, and might have caught one high as well. Did Mason Tucker. Comes forward, and a Watson again. High ball. Inside 50, and gee, takes a good mark to Sadake. And he'll kick this from 30 out directly in front.
Zane Sadake is giving away a couple 50s today, but boy, is he talented. Great half forward, and he's played a little bit on the wing at times. So straight in front, and that is a high ball, and goes off to the left. So I thought that was a relatively easy set shot, but Sadike misses it off to the left across the face. So you've got Robert Gittins to kick it out for the Eagles. And Lyndhurst just setting up really well behind the ball. They could have gone Martin and centred it there, but they went against it. Nonetheless, Martin gets the footy. He pushes it forward. And the ball's bounced. It was misread by a Lyndhurst defender. And now they've regained possession so they can move.
Here he is again.
That's Liddy on the wing with the skullet. High kick inside 50. Oh my God! Sadike nearly took a mark at the century. And ball, they're just struggling to get it out, and we'll have another ball up.
So it's inside 50 again for the Lyndhurst side. It spent most of this quarter. And the umpire tosses it back in the air, and Career wins that tap. All locked up. Kicked off the ground forward. It'll be knocked out again and ends up in the hands of Cook. Right foot check side. Comes off the hands of Soddle, and a behind for the Lightning again. They lead by 63 points. In fact, yes, 63 points. And we've got just under 5 minutes to go in this third quarter.
So, game is pretty much done now. Career swoops in. He's playing for the Lightning, but he swooped in like a magpie. So, Career, he's certainly got the legs to kick this shot. He's about 50 or so out. He had a tough angle down the opposite end of the ground before in the second, and chucked up a little bit of grass to test the wind, but the wind's not too bad at the moment. So almost directly in front. And just curves off to the left for another behind. It's been a bit inaccurate this quarter, have the Lightning.
Always wondered. I interviewed Jeff Blethen. I know a lot of people won't remember who he is. He's an Essendon champion from many years ago, a full forward, that played the game in glasses as well. And I've noticed young Career plays in the glasses, and he said he never, ever even thought about it, and it never, ever was an issue. So I've always wondered about it, but Career hasn't affected him in the slightest. He's had a ripping game as the ball comes out towards that outer side, and it's going to be picked up for Cranbourne by Clifford. Gets it forward, comes back to Clifford, turns the handball over though, and again, Lyndhurst are away, and it is to that man Career. Feeds it off, high ball inside 50. Pack of players. Oh, Sadike misses it. Ends up in the hands of McHugh. Gets a kick into the middle of the ground. Here's a chance for Cranbourne. They're away.
Martin, he's got an absolute paddock in front of him. He's able to messily kick it, but it's a good mark. This time by Ashton de Graaf, who hasn't really had a clean look at it today, but now he's on the smallest of angles. And that was a great run by Martin. No one even in front of him. So de Graaf, a great sequence of play by the Eagles, and he slots that one with ease.
Yeah, it was well done, wasn't it? It was probably their best passage of play, and it was good to see Ashton de Graaf get that goal, because he had a shot out of the goal square earlier that we thought might have gone through, but it was touched. So Lyndhurst.
And just want to point out Martin there. That reminds me of the big ruckman run there. It reminds me of Sammy Draper. He, for Essendon, he often goes on those big runs, even though he's quite a bigger bloke, and was very entertaining to watch.
Lyndhurst, 14-12-96. They lead Cranbourne 6-2-38. We've gone 18 minutes third quarter, all thanks to the Chisholm Sports Academy. And a free kick will go to Cranbourne to Martin in the ruck there. Someone encroached in on the centre square on the throw-up. So Cade Martin goes towards centre half forward, but again, it's that boy in Watson, just chips it off at centre half back, goes towards centre half forward, high leap by Career, but unrealistic attempt, said the umpire, and the free kick will go to Cade Martin at centre half back for the Cranbourne side.
So Cade Martin, he's been prominent in the past couple of minutes, and he has actually been all day. He's been one of the better Eagles on the field today. So career nearly was able to smother it.
Jeez,
there was a good mark there from Andrew Russell there. He leapt up and with the two hands, and it was a clean grab. So now they'll most definitely enter inside 50, but can they get a contested mark? They can't. So ball with the Lightning, and look at that lightning speed.
Oh, it's holding the ball.
It's holding the ball. That's a great chase.
I must say, what he did show pace, but he was trying to run away from probably the quickest boy on the field.
Michael
Galway. He's unbelievable.
He is quite a speedy man off in the forward pockets. Doesn't have the legs there, that kick, but it still remains dangerous for the Eagles. Can they get a clean look? Not in the moment as the ball just seems to be tumbling. Oh, and he's... Luckily, there is no deliberate here in junior footy, but that was just about the most deliberate rush behind you'll ever see.
And it was luck that did it, and it was luck that let him do it. And there's no deliberate as the high ball up towards the wing now, and Career at the back. Ended up face planting that ball, but goes in after it again. Gives it off to Robertson. He has a bit of a fumble. The Lightning, Desai is over that. There's a lot of players over that, but Robertson ends up getting clear. Right on three-quarter time. Lyndhurst, 14-12, 96. Cranbourne, 6-3-39. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back to the J&P Cam Reserve for the last quarter. All the goal kickers, better players in this AFL Southeast Under-15 Division 3 Red Onion Chisholm Sports Academy Match of the Day. Welcome back to the J&P Cam Reserve as we're just about to get underway for the last quarter in the AFL Southeast Under 15 Division 3 match of the day out here. Thanks to the Chisholm Sports Academy and Red Onion, and they enjoy a 57-point lead, the Lyndhurst side, and it's just about to be thrown up as the umpires just called on the 666 rule, and the free kick will go to Tyler Cook for the Lyndhurst side. That's a very high ball towards 50. Sadake careers there. Ball comes forward. McHugh for Cranbourne. Hurried kick out from Gardner. Still inside 50, and here's the man again in Liddy. Has 5 for the afternoon. Snaps around the shoulder and finds the little boy. And he's only about 20 metres out, so I don't think distance is going to be a problem. Little Milan, Jane Udine. In he comes. Fading left and misses to the left. So just a behind for the Lyndhurst side.
And they've been a little inaccurate today, the Lightning, but they've had really no issues. They've a big margin they've got at the moment. Cranbourne last placed. They've had a couple bashings now as Liddy is a good contested mark against McHugh. Now he can enter inside 50 again, just like how he did in the previous play. This time it was a good mark taken by Kai Gardner. And then you've got Galway, Michael Galway. He laid an excellent tackle earlier in the third. So it goes across the wing. That was a kick by Martin into space. And they've got open players there. Martin ends up with the Sharon eventually. And it's a little snap from the Lightning. Here's Career, drops the footy. It'll go out of bounds. But, yeah, probably a missed opportunity there for the Eagles. They had plenty of open space in front of them, but it was good pressure by the Lightning to stop it in the end.
Well, the boundary throw-in, centre wing position, right in front of the Red Onion commentary box as the boundary umpire brings it back in. That was a smart tap behind by Martin, but it's sharked by the Lightning side. They go inside. It'll be mopped up, though, by Clifford. Gives it off, gets a tap out. Oh, just running through his lead. He's just doing what he wants. Good tackle, though, from Brown. Gets a hurried kick inside. Picks up by Sutter. What a goal!
What a sequence of play from this Lyndhurst side. Diesel Liddy has been insane all game, but his start to the fourth has been incredible, and then the big key forward, Sebastian Sottle, was able to crumb the ball nicely and curve the footy back on the snap
so
from the left side.
He's got 5 for the day, as has Diesel Liddy. Super effort. That was a great goal. Probably, it's been a lot of good goals today, but that's my goal of the day. I thought that was an absolute ripper. 15-13, 103 Lyndhurst. They lead Cranbourne 6-3-39. We're gone just on 3 minutes into this last quarter, thanks to Chisholm Sports Academy.
So an excellent goal before. Not sure if it was better than Andrew Russell's kick from 60 out, though, but nonetheless, Career clears it from the centre square, and here's Sottle again lurking. Oh, it's not a mark. I thought he had plenty of it. Plays on. And is that out of bounds on the full? Yes, I reckon it is, but I thought he had that footy, Sottle. It was a good drop down to get the mark, but it must have just touched the grass first. So off from the back pocket, and that was Lucas Howlett just tripping over himself there.
It was the mullet that kicked it into Parker Westmoreland, one of the greatest mullets you'll ever see. There's a few in Cranbourne.
So boundary throwing, even the boundary umpire's got a mullet. So throws it up for Cook. And then Russell was able to get through with ease. And he's turned it over there. That was a good mark there by Deacon Luck. So Luck goes for a bit of a run. Nearly went the 15 metres. Inside 50 entry. McHugh was there to collect the footy in the end. And Russell, now Martin, back over to Russell. So they're moving well off half-back here, the Eagles, finding some open players. It's just really exiting outside further into ground. That's their issue. Sammy Desai from a bloody big distance. Not sure if it was going to make it all the way, but it did in the end.
Great goal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's right up there with them as well. As was the call. 16-13. I reckon that's not right, is it? 16-13, 109. Lyndhurst, Cranbourne, 6-3, 39. We've gone just over 5 minutes into this last quarter. It's all thanks to the Chisholm Sports Academy, and they now lead by an even 10 goals. As it's back in the middle. Up they go. Martin, beautiful tap to Russell. He's away. Goes towards centre half forward. Takes the bounce. Let's fly for home. Carries over the back. It's been touched. Very unlucky. Gee, he's been great today.
If you're a Crony Eagle, you've got to place the shepherd, man.
Oh.
He tried to go for it himself, but no, you've got to place the shepherd and let it stroll through. That was really unlucky for Andrew Russell, who's been a bright spot for the Eagles in a game that's been filled with turmoil. So, Lightning, little snap, but it ends up back with Robert Gittins, I believe that was. Kicks it long down the forward line. It was tapped outside by Nash Miller of the Lyndhurst Lightning. So, just waiting for play to resume. Boundary umpire just had to run down the other end of the field. So, boundary throw in. No one could really win the tap in that instance. Ball remains in the grounds and there's a struggle for it. Umpire says my ball once again for another stoppage.
So it'll be Martin. Up it goes. Career for Lyndhurst. Wins that. Tap comes out to Watson. He's tackled to the ground in a solid tackle from Andrew Russell and goes back in after it. And the umpire says, you're not going to move from there. So we'll ball that up again. Career. Martin taps it out the back. Comes out and well trapped by Howlett. Just unable to get his hands away. And Lyndhurst will get that kick out towards centre half back. McHugh, though, that hasn't travelled the required distance, so he just gets a hurried kick, quick hands off. Umpire's paid incorrect disposal. And, geez, I just love the way this boy, Michael Galway, chases down. He never gives up. And he's laid another tackle and received a free kick from it. He's a little bit confused where to go. He ends up going long inside 50, looking for Shamali Nelson. Bounce doesn't favour him, though, and they're a real chance to clear this away. The Lightning, just toe poking it there, was Gardner for the Eagles. Comes out to the outside, and it's the little boy there in brown, been good today. He's tried his hardest, and the umpire's pinged a free kick, and it'll go to Brown.
So, Brown, as Brad called it before, couldn't find many options, and he's turned it over there. And you can see that Cade Robinson is screaming for it out in the middle, but they continue to go up down the wing. Liddy, he took a strong mark, used the body well, and now he's got a few options inside 50. Soddle nearly grabs the mark there. Ball is going to, however, go towards the ground. Liddy, he's collected perfectly, going for number 6. Not quite.
He can run, can't he? He just reads the play. He's just one of those guys that hunts the footy. Does Diesel Liddy. I thought Westmoreland did well then in just nudging Soddle under the ball as he brings the ball back into play, and dropping the mark was Doyle. It'll come out now to Martin, gets a hurried kick up the wing, but it'll come back pretty quickly through the agency of Desai. Goes high. McHugh just takes the defensive mark, goes close to the man on the mark, finds Galway, liked his game, gives it off. They're away through the agency of Gardner. He's been all right too. High kick. Russell taps it over Luck's head, then gains it back. Goes inside 50, tackled as he kicks, gets his boot away. Off hands and through from behind.
And Could have got a pretty close shot on goal there. But it was a missed mark. So now they're just really playing for pride here, the Eagles. Don't let it get any worse. So on the wing here, that's a great tackle on Cade Robinson. He's a talented player and he's been able to avoid that. That's got to be high. And it is took his head off there and it'll be going in the way of Robertson. Oh, sorry, not Robertson, Howlett for the Eagles. So puts a high ball up for his forwards. No one could mark it in the end. Robertson, he's now looking dangerous on the wing. He can go for a run here. Almost does a little check side as it goes further towards our broadcast. And it goes over the boundary line for a throw-in.
I reckon Kai Gardner might have had a falcon there. The ball's bounced off his head. And we'll have a boundary throw-in. Gone 10.5 minutes last quarter in your AFL Southeast Under-15 Division 3 match of the day between Cranbourne and Lyndhurst out here at the J&P Cam Reserve. As in it comes. Career wins that forward. Hurry kick from Watson. Flicked out the back to Robertson, and he gives it to Career. Has the man Liddy on the outside, gives it to him, goes towards Sottle in the side 50 and takes a strong mark in front of Westmoreland. And he will shoot for his sixth from about 40 metres out directly in front. Angle's not a worry here. And here's a nice kick of the ball. Probably want to set this a little right, and he goes out to the right and hasn't hit that well at all. It stays right, and it's through for behind to the Lyndhurst side.
And I would have gone Career for best on ground today, but I just think at the end of the day, Diesel Liddy, he's hit the scoreboard more and he's just been excellent with his use of the footy. I don't reckon he's missed a target all day. So centering ball, it was a good contest, but now Russell ends up with it. Howlett's almost got it, but he was just almost tapping it there to some Lightning players. Robertson inside 50. Sadike slapped it on the boot, but it went through for a minor score.
He tried to hit the check side and hit the belly of the ball, and it went straight instead of turning to the right, and you'll get that look on right now. Parker Westmoreland, of the greatest mullet in football, as he comes in. You bring it into play. Nice kick outside 50. Oh, Muck you at the back. But Cade Robertson stood his ground and took the mark for Lightning. He'll come back in. Sottle holds his ground strong. Too strong. Good mark. And took the ball at its highest point, which really takes the defender out of it. And he'll get another shot for his sixth. It's a little bit closer. Nearly the same spot, but he went close to the man on the mark last time, and gee, he doesn't take his 30 seconds. He's gone close to the man on the mark again. Started right. Did it come back enough? It did for his sixth.
And that's unfortunate for Parker Westmoreland. He's Sottle. He's just got such a massive height advantage on him, and he's found a couple good contested grabs now. So that is now his sixth major of the day. He's nearly outscored Cranbourne, has Sebastian Sottle.
So there's 17-16, 118 Lyndhurst. Cranbourne 6-5-41. We've gone 13.5 minutes into the last quarter, all thanks to the Chisholm Sports Academy.
So 6.5 minutes left in this contest. Lyndhurst have put on an impressive outfit today, and boy, will this boost the percentage, something they are lacking. It's not a unhealthy one, but compared to the other top sides, there's a big difference there. It's about 120% for Lang Warren. So Russell comes out the midfield, as he always does. He just absolutely steamrolls there, but no one could find the footy.
He tried to hit up Ashton de Graaf with a spearing kick in it, but it did carry over, didn't it? But
yeah,
boy, he's been good in the middle for Cranbourne, and for mine, easily Cranbourne's best player is Andrew Russell.
Oh, without a doubt, it'd either be him or Martin, maybe Michael Galway. Michael Galway's been really good today.
The ball comes back into play, left forward pocket for the Cranbourne side. And comes out towards Luck, but nearly was Shamali Nelson getting his boot to ball. So just a number of players around this one. It ends up coming back out to Russell. He feeds the handball off, and another one out towards the boundary line as Conmatsiaris tries to take that, keeps it in. Comes back, and here he is, little Galway. Bounces around, goes back onto his right, but only finds Career for the Lyndhurst side.
Career has had such a great game today. They play on the Lightning. A bit of a weird-looking kick there, but remains in their possession. So they should have an easy inside 50 entry here, but they turn it over, and he's going the wrong way. I think it might have been Howlett that was kicking it the wrong way. And umpire calls my ball after a bit of a throw-up, and we've got 4 minutes left in this one.
Been a beautiful day.
It's actually a bit warmer than I thought it was going to be, Brad.
Certainly is, and we've been lucky with the autumn weather that we've had, but winter's just around the corner. I can feel it in the mornings as chopped off at half back by Gardner for the Cranbourne side. Goes to the outer side, high ball. Oh, great mark. He just held his ground really, really well then. The tall Kenny Beloja goes to the high ball towards half forward, but that looks like it might beat everyone out over the boundary line right under the scoreboard, and it does.
And I hadn't seen much of Beloja till this last quarter. He's actually he's been a pretty prominent figure for Lyndhurst in this final couple minutes, so not having a bad term he is. Boundary throw in. That was Career in the ruck. Inside 50 entry, it should be a mark here, and it is for Jai Nudine, I believe that is. And eventually, they kick it towards goal. Oh my goodness, what a shot. Toughest angle in footy from about 50 out.
That's another goal of the day, and that was Career. It was unbelievable. That was from the impossible angle, moving backwards as he snapped it with the right foot from the wrong side for a right footer, and Career's put that straight through the middle. What a goal.
They've had some absolute circus shots the Lightning have today, and even Diesel Liddy, he had one similar, but that was even closer. So that goal there was very impressive.
So 18-16-124 Lyndhurst, Cranbourne 6-5-41. We've gone 17 and a half minutes into the last quarter, all thanks to the Chisholm Sports Academy.
So Martin versus Watson. Watson is undersized, but he's got a really big jump on him. And Liddy, he's lurking. He's looking for his sixth major of the day. Didn't have the footy. That was Gardner, and a free kick will be paid to Michael Galway. So he's been one of the better Eagles today. Like his speed and his intensity with his tackles. Overcooks the kick, however.
They're definitely holding to Watson.
Yeah, holding the ball.
Holding the man.
So Watson, long kick, Career, drops back, found the footy quite easily. Now, it's probably just outside his range, or maybe not.
At the back.
At the back. Oh, he's dropped it. He's kept it in, so, and no, the goal umpire, disagrees, and he'll call that behind, but I reckon Career, if he let it go through, I reckon Career could have got that.
Yes, and the problem we've got with our oblong ball is that you've got to, if you let it go and it bounces away, you're in trouble as ball comes back into play, but it's going to come back through the agency of Karatzis for Lyndhurst. Fed out, running onto it is Letty. Check side, and I reckon he's missed to the left or missed everything.
Has missed everything, yep.
Deciding, and out of bounds on the full. So it'll be Westmoreland that will bring the ball back into play. We're inside the last minute of the game here. He plays on, goes outside 50 towards a 1-on-2. Cranbourne's favour. Russell flicks it out the back towards Galway. Doesn't find him. It'll come out to Career. Takes the ball. Has a shot on goal from 35 and misses to the right.
So last 30 seconds or so, it's been a commanding win for the Lightning today. Cranbourne just remain last on the ladder. It's been a tough season for them so far. They'll drop to 1-5. Lyndhurst now 3-2. And depending on how Lang Warren go and Edie Asp, they might actually be able to overtake one of those teams. So are they able to get one more scoring opportunity before the siren goes? Robertson was almost in there through traffic and he scored a goal. I thought he might have missed it there. That's number 21 for Lyndhurst. We never got his name, but he scores just as the siren goes, and Lightning are victors today. It was never really tight as the Lightning easily beat the Eagles. 19-18, 132 to Cranbourne 6-5, 41.
So, big winners, the Lyndhurst side in this under-15 AFL Southeast Division 3 match of the day. And, goal kickers for the Lyndhurst side. Sebastian Sottle got 6, 5 to Diesel Liddy, and then singles to Sadake, Martin, Watson, Cook, and the unnamed number 21. And for the Cranbourne side, it was their only multiple goal kicker was Connor Richmond. Then it was singles to Ashton de Graaf, Troy Brown, Cade Martin, and Andrew Russell. And we'll take a quick break. When we come back from the break, we'll have our best player on the ground, have a chat with him, and we'll talk about all the afternoon activities this afternoon. Well, what a great game it was. 91-point winners, the Lyndhurst Lightning, and our player of the day with 5 goals, and we weren't taking possessions, but there was a lot of them, whether you're in the midfield or forward. Diesel Liddy, well done.
Thank you.
You very happy with that game?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Good win as well.
A few of you boys sporting the Jack Ginnivan mullet and the blonde, and yeah. Who do you follow in the AFL? Essendon, oh, they're having a bad year, but geez, you boys are going well. Needed to win that one today too, didn't you?
Yeah, we did, because, you know, we're not really good on the ladder right now, but that'll hopefully boost us up a little bit.
Got a lot of pace.
Yeah.
You're tall. You're standing, well, I'm short anyway, but
Yeah.
standing beside you, you're taller than what you look out there. So, and you've got a good leap.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing the game now?
About 5 years now.
Enjoying it?
Yeah, it's pretty fun, yeah.
Yeah. Work hard?
Yeah, always.
Been out and had a look at the Chisholm Sports Academy yet?
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah, saw a look at it.
What'd you think of that?
Pretty good actually.
It's great for young junior footballers or any sport whatsoever to get out there and have a look around. Now, finals on the agenda this year?
Yeah, we're hoping, but just got to work hard for it.
I've got to say, there was a couple of your players out there today, as well as yourself, that could have, just probably behind you, Cade Robertson through the midfield,
Yeah.
and Sebastian Soddle. He's a strong mark up forward with 6 today.
Yeah, he's really good. Been playing with him a long time. Always good kick.
I was thinking today, Lyndhurst is only up the road from Cranbourne. You'd know a few of the Cranbourne boys at your age, I would imagine.
Yeah, I know some of them. Not too well, but, you know, we talk.
Go to school with any of them?
I go to school with one of them.
Yep. Okay, which one's that?
Cooper Bateman.
Did you give him a bit of stick out on the ground there today?
Not really, but I wish I did.
Mate, you were super today. Really well done. 5 goals, a lot of possessions through the midfield. You set it alight with pace and some real courage at times. Well done.
Thank you.
It was our best on ground, Diesel Liddy. What a game he played today. And 91-point winners, the Lyndhurst Lightning over Cranbourne out here at JP Cam Reserve. We've had a magnificent day. Harrison Garbus on the camera. My co-commentator, Bailey Allen. Kyle Pover on the graphics. Wonderful afternoon. We'll be back with more AFL Southeast next weekend.